And we are live, guys. Get the facts with Folan, episode 28. Cruising. I guess that means officially doing this for 2 weeks. That's crazy. Wow. So today, taking you back to Basque Country, which is a region of Spain, and we'll help you understand the difference of these various regions. There's quite a few that have tried to get their independence lately, and I'm excited to introduce you to my brother from another mother. Seriously, I think Zach is my Spanish brother, and we were separated at birth. I love this guy, and excited to introduce you to him. He has joined. Let's get him in. Let's see if this works. Little technical difficulties last week, so fingers crossed. Hey, there he is. Zach, how's it going, man? Introduce yourself, say where you are, and then let's tell the story on how we met.
Hi, people. Well, my name is Zachary. I come from a little town in Basque Country, north of Spain. And well, right now I'm in my town in Basque Country, holding on with the quarantine for 1 month already. And well, we met in, I think it was like 5 a.m. in Melbourne Airport.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it was literally 5 a.m.
Panda bear eyes, like this. How's it going, man? Nice to meet you.
And the rest is history. Wow. Oh man, yes, guys. If you saw the Australian episode, we had Claire, and then the Canada episode, Sierra. All of us.
It was amazing.
We were part of the Uluru crew. We had one other, Ali, and what an amazing group. We crushed at the Red Center. Awesome. Like, you know, when you get a random group of people together, you never really know, right? You can read profiles, you message each other. It's like, okay, we'll see. Zach and I, it was insane. We hit it off so fast, and someone that can keep up with, you know, my humor, especially when it's not your first language. English is not your first language, and for you to be so quick with it was super impressive. And I don't know if you heard, like, seriously, guys, this is my brother from another mother. I mean, we were separated at birth somehow, and luckily Australia brought us back together. So Zach, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend. So Zach, what's going on in Basque Country? So actually, first, let's explain to the viewers where, like, the difference between Catalonia, between Basque Country, and then just normal Spain.
Well, Basque Country is a region, just like Catalonia it is, but we are different.
Yep.
Catalonia is the northern east side of Spain, and Basque Country is in the northern central part of Spain. And well, we are two regions that historically we wanted the independence from Spain. We, Basque Country, are actually quite independent economically. Mm-hmm. We have our own health system, our own tax system, our own education system. So kind of what we pay, most of the money we pay, it stays in Basque Country. It doesn't go to
interesting.
Yeah. We had kind of an agreement with the government to be like that, while Catalonia doesn't have any of that. So we are kind of more in the most independent region.
Shots fired. Okay, good to know, because guys, like, Catalonia includes Barcelona. And when you go there, you will see the Catalonia flag. You'll see more of the Catalonia flag than you will the actually Spanish flag, which is interesting. Is it the same in Basque Country? I mean, is everyone flying the Basque region flag?
Yeah. For example, especially you can see that in the towns. I live in a small town, so everybody's much more proud of being Basque. If you go to the city, nobody cares, but in the towns, it's definitely really clear that people, it's not more or less like in Catalonia right now. Yeah, it's
okay. So you would, before, like, if someone says, "Hey, where are you from?" You're going to say Basque Country before you'd say Spain, correct?
Depends. If I want to talk, I say I'm Basque. People will say, "Oh, where is Basque Country?" Yeah. And after Spain. If I want to talk, I say, "Oh, yeah, Spain." Yeah.
So it's very okay. So
depends on the mood.
Yeah. So to put it in perspective for you viewers in the United States, it's just like asking someone what state they're from. Right? When you know you're out of the country and someone's like, "Where are you from?" For Texans, we say Texas. So it's very similar, right? For people from Basque Country, it's kind of similar to saying Basque Country is equivalent of saying Texas. Is my understanding correct? Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
Más o menos. Okay.
Yeah, más o menos. Oh, very well. So, So yeah, more or less. I mean, if someone from Spain tells me where I'm from, I say
Yeah.
Basque country.
Okay,
But
because
if
they'll know it
somebody,
instantly. Yeah.
yeah, if somebody from Thailand tells me where I'm from, I will say Spain. Of course, they probably would not know where Basque country is, and
Gotcha.
yeah. So it's just
Okay.
depends from the other person where the other person is
That's
basically.
perfect. Great explanation. Hopefully, the viewers now understand. I have a clear understanding now after getting corrected a few times. My mistake. Catalonia
No
is
problem.
not a Basque country. I will never make that mistake again. So, Zach, what's going on in your region of the world with COVID-19? What's it like in Basque country right now?
Well, we've been locked since I think the 12th of March, more or less.
Yeah.
We've been locked, like more or less. So, well, what we basically what the only thing we can do is yes, get out to buy the essential needs. Go to the supermarket, to the pharmacy, or anything like that. And
Hmm.
now, at the beginning, people could go to work, but now only the essential workers are allowed to go to work. The rest they have to stay home.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So.
Okay. So everyone is working from home,
Uh,
excluding essential workers, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, for example, my mom is a social worker, so she has to go to work.
Okay.
So, and of course the healthcare workers, of course, and I think, for example, my brother, he works in a paper factory, and he
Hmm.
has to work so people can
Get the
can
toilet
clean
paper.
their.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing a great job on that.
He's
So,
saving the world, man. He's saving the world one wipe at a time.
yeah,
Seriously.
no way, yeah. He's keeping the Basque country clean, actually, some way, but. and and well, so the rest we just can stay home. People, of course, Spain being the way it is, people tries to skip it and
Right.
look for excuses to go out, and it's funny to see people just videos of people getting arrested or getting fined by
Wow,
by
so
the
people,
police.
the police are writing fines. They are arresting people.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for example, one of my friends, he went to his parents' home to have lunch.
yeah.
He came back to his house, and on the way, he got caught by the police, and he had a 600 euros fine for that.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's an expensive lunch.
yeah, very expensive, and it
Very.
was a shitty. So
Wow. Okay, so they're actually writing fine. Okay, because like I mean, some countries have announced fines, and it's like saying it is one thing, but actually following through and doing it is a whole nother level. Wow, that's why that. Geez, that sucks. But the
yeah,
rules are. I mean, there's rules for a reason, right? And
yeah, I understand
geez.
why they did it, and everybody has to comply with the rules. I mean, it's no excuses.
No, exactly,
So
exactly. So have you visited the grocery stores at all? Have you made any visits?
yeah, we have to just. I think it's only like 10 people. In the small grocery stores, there
Yeah.
only can be 10 people inside, and the rest just wait with 1 meter of distance.
Okay.
And and for the rest, I only go to the grocery store. I don't do nothing more. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
stay
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
I try
What's
to be. Yeah,
what
tell me.
food? What food is selling out in Basque Country? Is there anything that you
Uh,
get? I mean, besides toilet paper, I'm assuming.
of course, toilet paper is the first
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and then second, my mom went to the grocery store and she talked to the cashier, and they told her that alcohol is they are selling more alcohol than in Christmas, so people is just getting wasted every day. Fucking people, man.
That's incredible. Alcohol
Instead of
sales are
trying,
through the roof.
yeah, instead of trying to be productive at home and doing something, they're just getting wasted the whole fucking day, man.
Making the day hopefully go quicker. I don't know. These could be some long days, man. I tell you what, we're like my 14 days. It was a long 2 weeks. So, but I understand why people they need the drink at the end of the day, or maybe the whole day, assuming they can stay productive with it. So that is too
Yeah.
wow. More alcohol than during the holidays. Those companies got to be happy that they
Yeah,
have sales that high.
yeah, I actually told my mom, hey, mom, can you bring some beers? And she told me that it was all out. Like there was no like
Uh,
it was only the shitty beer left. So I was
yeah.
like, I know. So
Yeah. Drink some water until the good stuff gets back. Oh man, interesting. All right, so let's dive into travel because and I hope you're okay with travel. I mean, if you want to say just specifically Basque Country, but if you want to focus on Spain as a whole, there are a lot of spaces to
Yeah.
visit in Spain. But real quick, give everyone your background on traveling because you had an incredible trip. I met you, I don't know what middle of your journey around the world. How long did you go? How many countries did you hit? Where all did you go?
Well, I did like 20 months traveling around the world.
Yeah,
Not as much as you, but well, I'm still
still
proud of what I.
very impressive though. Yes.
So, I traveled around Southeast Asia and well, China, Japan, Taiwan as
Hmm.
well as India and Central Asia as well. And also I stayed around New Zealand and Australia. That's of course that's where I met you.
Yep. Yep.
And Iran as well, some Middle Eastern countries, Georgia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, some
Yeah.
Eastern European countries. And well, actually, it's been 4 months since I'm home, and
Yeah.
actually I came back, and 1 month after the COVID-19 started, so it was kind of
Man, I tell
a
you
sign
what.
of.
Side note on that, we are so lucky that we've been able to travel for so long. I feel so bad for the travelers which I met quite a few in Nepal who were on week 1, week 2 of what was supposed to be 3, 4, 5, 8, 10-month trips, and it's just like, didn't even get 2 weeks under their belt before they had to go home. So when that's put it in perspective for me that we are so lucky that we've been able to get a lot of our travels in. I mean, mine's just on pause, whatever. Like the world will get back normal, but it sucks for those people that had a once in a lifetime opportunity, and who knows if they'll get that chance again. So I don't know, feel
It's
bad
really,
for
yeah. I wake up every day saying, "Fuck, yeah, I did it in the
yeah.
perfect time." Yeah,
Truly, timing was everything, and we crushed it. We got very, very lucky. So
very.
Zach, amazing resume, guys. This guy knows how to travel well. We will, when I start a travel company, we're working together for sure. This is a guy that needs to be on my team. But in your opinion, what are the must-see spots when someone gets to Spain?
I mean, Spain is very big. That's why I told you
Yeah,
to put it in Basque Country because Spain
that's
is
fine. Let's
just.
do Basque Country. Let's hear about Basque Country. I'm
I
in.
mean, I can tell you in Spain, like Spain, I would definitely say southern Spain. For
Yeah.
me, southern Spain is amazing. Granada, Seville, they are the two most amazing cities in Spain for me.
Hmm.
It's just the atmosphere, the people, especially Granada. It's a small city, but really beautiful, really amazing people, cheap. It has everything. Then I would say for people who loves hiking, the Pyrenees, it's just
Mm.
fucking amazing. The
Yeah.
Pyrenees are and then I would say Menorca or Formentera for beach people.
Ah, okay. Uh-huh.
It's in the Balear Islands. It's just amazing beaches, amazing places just to relax and chill
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
no party, no touristy things. So it's really amazing. And
Yeah.
then in Basque Country, I would definitely say there are some locations which Game of Thrones shot there in Basque Country.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah.
So, for example, the coastal part of the Basque Country is just amazing. It's a really, really photogenic, really. The hikes there as well, they are really amazing.
Hmm.
We have amazing mountains. We have the capital region, well, close to Basque Country is La Rioja, the wine capital of Spain.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So, and we are actually the Basque Country is the region with most Michelin stars per square of the world. So,
Interesting. Now that's a good fun fact because I had no idea. Very interesting on that one.
so the
Huh.
gastronomy here is really good.
Yeah.
They say it's the best place to eat in Spain,
Okay.
and actually, yeah, to drink and during the summer parties here are amazing. You could see it in the pool in San Fermin's, right?
Exactly. Yeah, guys, I did the running the bull a couple of years when actually that was my beginning start of Europe on my first year around the world, and that I tell you what, you want to go to an amazing festival, you want an adrenaline rush, you run with the bulls. You want a good party, you party with the people who ran with the bulls that day. So it's a win-win for everybody, and yeah, no, that was a great introduction to the party, the nightlife in Spain. It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
What an experience.
yeah. During the summer, parties here are amazing. So if
Truly.
someone loves to either hike mountains, party, or just going to the beach or coastal parts, it's
Yeah.
just a real
Well, and
amazing place.
it was interesting because a lot of people that did the running of the bulls, they would go north. What I gotta look at a map. What's there's the beach that's famous, just San Sebastian. Everyone would go to San
Yes,
Sebastian after the running of the bulls. So
Yeah,
if you
San Sebastian.
save a couple days, get north and go watch people surfing and just relax on the beach.
Yeah,
Uh,
San Sebastian is the most iconic place in Basque Country. It's like, yeah, yeah. I personally don't really. It's beautiful, but I don't like going there. It's I because I prefer just for the way I am. I prefer to go to the mountain or hiking or to the
right.
other coastal towns. There are amazing coastal towns which are and fisherman towns,
Yeah.
which are really cool from San Sebastian and really beautiful. So it's really, but of course, people tend to go to San Sebastian. Is the most beautiful or must go see place in Spain in Basque Country. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. Great spots. Nice to learn more about Basque Country. That's some good. That's very interesting. I should have spent more time there when I was in my first time, but I will be back. We need a reunion. We've promised we'd have.
I was about to tell you that you should come here, man.
No, I will. I need to. When I tell you what, I'm gonna have to do another couple years of traveling once the world opens back up because there's still so many places that I need to see. Even the countries that I've been to, there's still so much. Like it's so funny. People are like, and you can say this as well is like when you travel for a year, when you travel for 20 months, even when you travel for 3-4 years, it sounds like a super long time. But it's not, if you're trying to do the whole world, it's a sample of all these countries. You only get 3, 4, 5, maybe 10, maybe 2 weeks per country, and it's just it's not nearly enough time to see it all. And every place you go to, there's like 10 more spots in that region that you add to your bucket list. So everyone's like, oh, well, you're crossing off so many. It's like my bucket list as long as it's ever been in my life because you learn more about all these places when you get there.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of countries I wanted to get back to see the regions I haven't been to.
Yeah.
It's so it's really like I wanted to stay more, but I couldn't because I want to see the other countries as
And you
well.
want to
So
get to
it's
the
like,
country, right. No, exactly. There's a fine line you got to walk when you're traveling long term. It's just like, well, you want to see this country, but how long can you spend? So it's a juggling act. But there's no right way to do it. As long as you're traveling, that's the most important thing. So Zach, what
yeah.
about let's dive into food. What are some of your favorite dishes from Basque Country or Spain in general?
I mean, for me, the Basque dishes, fish, for example, in Basque Country we are very famous for fish.
Mm-hmm.
So I love fish, hake or cod or
Yep.
sardines, anchovies, things like that.
Yep.
And for me, it's amazing to eat here. I can eat fresh product every day, fresh fish every day.
Awesome.
And also, yes, the vegetables and the stews here are amazing. So, and we have very strange dish, not the strange, but for the outsiders,
Uh-huh.
is a squid, but cooked in his own ink. So it's a kind of a squid cooked with a black sauce.
Yeah.
So it looks really disgusting. Foreigners when they see it, it's like, no, fuck no, I'm not trying that.
Yeah. Does it taste like typical calamari? I mean, does it taste any different?
Yeah. It's kind of a calamari stew
Okay.
with his own ink. So you throw the ink into the stew, and it becomes everything. It becomes black. And
Interesting.
it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'll have to try that when I get there. Are there any other weird? I mean, that's a unique dish. Any other weird dishes you guys have?
Not really weird, I would say. I mean, in Spain, in general, in Spain, they say that from the pork, you eat everything, even the tail. People eat everything from the insides of the pork. When you are used to just eating sausages and pork chops, and suddenly you see that people is eating just the face of the pork or the tail or the skin of the pork. People can be a bit disgusting, but here is kind of a usual thing.
Yeah. No waste. Well, and then the jamon from Spain, like especially in Barcelona. Oh, the way they treat the meat. You'll walk past shops and they'll have like literally like legs of pigs sitting out, and it's some of the best jamon you can get. Very nice treat.
That, it's good to go to the south of Spain. It's the best jamon is there.
It's amazing stuff.
It's amazing. It's just crazy, man.
And some places, really, depending on how much, you can find cheaper versions, but there's some expensive jamon. I
Really
mean, you
expensive,
can
yes.
really spend a lot of money if you want some good hamon. But
Yes.
yeah, they just depend. Like find your budget. There's plenty of hamon for everybody, whatever your price your price point is. But yeah, definitely worth trying hamon. And then the paella, is paella big in Basque Country? Is that more the south as well?
Paella is a typical dish from one region of Spain called Valencia.
Okay.
But the thing is that it got very popular around Spain, and people have different versions of it. So
Okay.
it's not a typical thing to eat here. People eat it, but in a different kind of version. But it's not a typical thing to say this is Basque. No, that's a thing from Valencia that maybe people eat it here because it's a very easy dish to prepare and it's quite good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because
But
it's
here,
nice.
yeah, people here prefers to eat kind of more more fish or more stew things. Here it's very rainy and much colder, so people
Okay.
here tend to eat much hot dishes. You know.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about okay? So, what about stereotypes for Spain? What's true? What's false in your mind? What when tourists find out you're from that region, what do they ask
Yeah,
you?
this is funny because people imagine Spanish people to be like very funny, very outgoing, very I don't know, talkative all the
Yeah.
time, just making jokes. And I would say I'm not like that. I'm normally very serious at the first contact.
Uh huh.
And Basque people, we are kind of like this. We are much more shy, less
Huh.
talkative, more serious people, more
Yep.
European, let's say, in that way, in that sense.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I did not see that side of you. I'm yeah.
So it's a yeah, it's a. I mean, it's not something. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but Basque people we are very different from Spanish people. We
Mhm.
also we party as much as they do, but I would say it's they are not. I don't know. We are more European and more hard workers. That's what they say, at least.
Right. Right. Not interesting. But do you still take a siesta? Is that still part of Basque Country?
It's not, but we take it, yeah, of course.
See, so that would be the big difference if Basque Country is the one region of the country that does not take a siesta, because siestas are quite important, right? In the Spanish culture, it's
Yeah,
it's a very serious time of the day.
I mean, when we don't take it's a Spanish thing,
Yeah,
and we as Basque like, oh no, it's a Spanish. But when it's about siesta, I think we take it as them, as good as them. So
you guys need to call it a different name, give it a Basque spin, and so you don't have to call it a siesta. You can make your own thing. That's what.
yeah, we are still looking for the word for it, but still it's called siesta for us as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's.
yeah. Oh man! All right, so what is your another question for you? What is your favorite thing? Let's see. Well, it'll be a two-part. Your favorite thing about Basque Country, and then your favorite thing about Spain overall.
My favorite thing about Basque Country is the atmosphere. I mean, here the way they socialize. I mean, you can always get to meet. Just hanging out here around bars, it's
Yeah.
amazing. People love going out around bars, just eating pinchos, like kind of a tapa thing in Basque
Mhm.
Country. Going around bars and socializing, and just it's a really a good atmosphere around food and drinks.
Yeah.
So if you want to, if you are a foodie, Basque Country is actually the place to go. It's just amazing place. Like I'm not a really nationalist guy, but when it comes to food or drinks, I don't think there is a much better places in the world as it is Basque Country. So
Well, it
I would
sounds like
say,
if that's the highest density of Michelin stars in the world, clearly it's proven by
yeah,
the
it's it.
so
We take it very seriously. With the gastronomy, we take it very seriously. So
yeah.
if you love eating or drinking, it's really definitely a place to come. And so definitely, and of course, the parties around summer are amazing here. And about the Spain, I would say I love southern Spain, the
Hmm.
Granada hill, and as well as the coastal parts. The Mediterranean coastal parts are amazing. There are some amazing parts
Hmm.
in Balearic and in the Costa Brava. So I would say I'm not a city guy, so I would not recommend that much Barcelona, Madrid. I don't like so much the crowded places.
Hmm. Hmm.
But comes to natural places, you have amazing places in Spain as well, like Pyrenees, or Mediterranean coast, or Costa Brava. So you have plenty of places to go.
There really is.
You,
There really is so much to choose from, and like, you know, of
too
course,
much.
it's very easy to fly into one of the major cities. But when you get to Spain, I challenge each of you watching this: get to one of the smaller towns or villages, and you know, get out from the major cities to see what, you know, the small town life is like, because it is very different from the major. I mean, I love Barcelona. Barcelona was just, it was a perfect place for me to start in Europe. You know, beautiful beaches for a big city. They had very nice beaches, some beautiful architecture. It was cool, right? It was an Olympic host city, which I love seeing. But yeah, like where they had the San Fermin in Pamplona, a much smaller town.
Yeah.
It's very different way of life, so it's worth seeing both of those, and however many places you can see, the better, because it'll make your experience in Spain that much better. So Zach, one more question for you, man. What's something that would surprise people about Basque Country or Spain?
I mean, in Basque Country, we have one thing called cuadrilla, which is we hang out in a group of friends, which normal Basque Country, it's separated by gender. Like normally we hang out guys around with guys.
Okay.
So a funny fact as well, I forgot to tell you, is that Basque Country, I think, is the region in Spain with less sex activity in Spain.
Oh, interesting. Why? Because it's separated.
Yeah, it's kind of women are normally very tough and very proud, and
Yeah.
and guys, we are normally very shy people.
Interesting.
And the quadrilla thing is like getting into the zone of the women circle is very hard to get to talk with somebody. Meanwhile, the other group of women, they are looking at you. So it's kind of a very difficult place to flirt if you're Basque.
Well, that's because Spain is known, you know, it's up there with Paris, right? A very passionate culture and
That's it.
one of love, but not so much in Basque Country. Okay.
Yeah, Basque country is like
It's like
we kind of
in middle school or elementary school. You got guys on the side, girls on the other side, and you know, very rarely cross it. That's fascinating. Very good fun fact. Wow.
if you go partying in Basque Country, you will see clearly that people is just like until 2 a.m. more or less. People is separated by gender. It's like guys with guys and women by women. And when alcohol is hitting more and more,
Yeah.
people will start mixing each other much more. So it's from 2 p.m. 3 a.m. on. When it's really wasted, starts mixing up, and
That's
you
when
start
they
getting more.
That is fascinating. Weird. Yeah. Well, and it's always been like. Have you ever researched what, like, culturally, what happened in the past? Why is it that
I
way?
don't know. We are famous in Spain for being a very tough place to flirt, very difficult place to flirt, where it's not. We are kind of rude-looking people.
Yeah.
We are not so open for interacting, social interacting until
Right.
we are wasted. So you need to wait
Okay,
until.
so here's a question though, because with travelers that come through, is there a gringo effect? I mean, are people in Basque Country, are they open to, like, say a traveler approaches a group of females in Basque Country, if they're not fluent in Spanish but they're practicing? I mean, are they just gonna say, like, just turn their shoulders to them?
Like, for example, if you are with your quadrilla, with your group of friends,
Yeah.
people tend to be shyer, much like very.
You know what the
Distance.
term is? No new friends. Exactly. So so they'd be shy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like we are a group. Okay, don't come here. Okay, it's like so. It's but for example, if they would take me alone, if they would talk to me alone, there would be no problem. Or if I would be only with one friend or two friends. But it's when the whole circle is around when it tends to be very difficult to socialize with the strangers here.
Fascinating. That is fascinating. I got a follow-up question for you. Saying this, do you think it's easy for travelers to get through Spain without speaking Spanish?
Oh, definitely. I think people here is really open to talk to strangers, even though people in general they don't really talk in English, but they have the intention to help. People here, I think, is very helpful.
Still friendly when it comes to the dating side of things. That's when.
Friends, like we are not very. We may be a little bit rude looking, but we are helpful and and good people so
Oh,
far, I
exactly.
think. So
You just gotta crack that outer shell, get in, and they're all soft and fuzzy on the inside.
that's it. Like for example, I invited a girl from Taiwan here in my hometown,
Uh huh.
and I took her for partying, and I told her, look, it may be difficult at the first time. People may be serious, people,
Yeah.
so don't take it personally. It's just a thing.
The way of life. Yeah.
Uh, and actually, she ended up having the time of her life because people just started being very, very friendly,
Good.
very, very helpful, trying to talk in English as shit as they were talking in English very shitty, but really, but it was funny to see. And actually, she had the time of her life, so it was
Good.
really, really fun to see that.
Good. Okay. So if you're a foreigner, they are gonna warm up to you. Just you just gotta just press them a bit. Make them crack out of their shell. Absolutely.
That, basically.
Awesome. Any other fun facts? Any other? That's a good one.
Fun facts? No, but for example, if you want to see a difference between, if you want to see a movie where you can see the difference between Basque and Spanish people, the stereotypes, there is a movie called Ocho Apellidos Vascos, Eight Basque Surnames, is translated, Eight Basque Surnames. And it's about a guy from southern Spain falling in love with a girl from Basque Country. So that's where the guy travels to Basque Country, and he finds himself like really shocked with the cultural difference and how different everything is. So it's very funny movie. And
So
it's
good
very,
movie
very,
to really kind of see it put in perspective on the different regions and how.
that's it.
Is that on Netflix? Where do you find it?
I don't know. I actually don't know. You should check it. Probably
Illegally.
it is.
Yeah. Wait, one more thing, because you've been mentioning the hiking, because there's a lot of good hiking. What's the famous hiking trail through Spain?
Through Spain.
There's
I mean,
the
Camino Santiago.
exactly, and so
The one
say again.
the Claire did.
That Claire
that
did
kind of-
exactly, and I mean that is a famous spot. How long you can do what, a month of hiking if you do the full thing? You can go for quite a while, can't you?
Actually, it goes across Basque Country, that trail.
It does.
So
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, it's kind of around a month. It's more than I don't know how many kilometers it is, but it starts from the French part of Basque Country. So it's and then it goes all around until Santiago de Compostela.
Okay.
So you cross all the northern part of Spain, which is really really long. So I think it takes around I should ask Claire, but I think it's like 30 days or more or less.
If not more.
Really, really
Exactly. Right. Guys, if you're ever in Spain, if you see backpackers truly with their backpacks on and they have a shell on the back, they're hiking the El Camino, which is pretty neat. So that's the universal sign, a shell hanging out their backpack that they're doing the trail. So keep an eye out for that. It's pretty neat. Because we saw a couple when I was in Pamplona. We saw some people with it that either just finished it or that they're people that do it. It sounds like an amazing opportunity. We have an episode coming up with one of my friends in Albania that she completed as well. So we'll have to ask her more about it. But Zach, dude, I tell you what, it's so good. It's always so good to see you, man. It's been way too long, and glad your internet is working this week. What would you like to say to the world? The floor is yours. What is your message to the world?
Well, people, stay fucking home now. Behave as how they say the government says,
Yeah.
and don't fuck it up. People's life. You guys have to stay home. Don't have any fucking wars, so please stay home. Don't. And then after that, you can come to Basque Country, okay?
There you go.
But meanwhile, stay home and be quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Or drink your alcohol and have fun. Just follow the rules. Zach, we're gonna have to bleep out some of these f-bombs. All these kids watching. Hopefully, it's okay. It's okay. But guys, with that, hope you've enjoyed learning more about Spain, more about Basque Country, the different regions of this beautiful country in Europe. Real quick. Tomorrow, in roughly 12 hours, we're taking you back to South America, headed to Paraguay. I'm going to be talking to one of my friends from TCU. And then in 24 hours, we're headed to Germany. We're going to be talking to one of my couch surfing hosts from Berlin. His name's Raj. He's originally from India, but he's been living in Berlin for quite a while where I met him. And he's going to give us some insight on what to do in Germany and how life is like there. So with that, please stay at home. Please stay inside. Wash your hands. And guys, let's hope things get back to normal sooner rather than later. So I can have a reunion with this guy, a reunion with everybody. My dream is it would be amazing to get a sponsor where all these people I've met traveling around the world, we all get together in one place. That would be absolutely epic. And one of these days, we'll figure out a way to make it happen. But with that, Zach, miss you, man. Always great to see you. And looking forward to keep staying updated and one of these days having a reunion. So until then, be safe, man.
Take care, okay?
All right, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.